Let me ask you something uncomfortable. If your car disappeared tomorrow, would your financial stress go down? Not your transportation, your stress. Because for millions of people in the United States and Europe, the car isn't just a vehicle, it's a 5-year financial contract. And most people sign it without realizing what they're actually committing to. Let's talk about someone realistic. Meet Jason. He's 28, lives in Dallas, makes $72,000 a year. After taxes, health insurance, and deductions, he takes home about $4,500 per month. He recently bought a $30,000 car. Not a luxury car, not a Ferrari, just a normal, respectable SUV. The dealership made it feel simple. $3,000 down, $540 per month, 5-year loan. Totally manageable. And technically it is. But let's zoom out. Jason's monthly life looks like this. Rent, $1,600. Car payment, $540. Insurance, $190. Gas, $200. Groceries, $500. Student loans, $300. Subscriptions and phone, $180. Eating out and social life, $400. After everything, he has maybe $500 to $600 left on a good month. That's not financial freedom, that's financial tightness. And the interesting part, Jason doesn't think the car is the problem, because $540 per month doesn't feel extreme. That's how the trap works. Now let's shift to Europe. Emma, 31 years old, lives in Birmingham, makes £48,000 per year. After tax, she brings home roughly £3,000 per month. She finances a £26,000 car. Monthly payment, £430. Insurance, £140. Fuel, £180. Total monthly car cost, around £750. That's 25% of her take-home pay, not on housing, not on investment, on a depreciating asset. But again, it doesn't feel dramatic, because the payment is framed monthly, never lifetime. Here's the first hard truth. Car dealerships don't sell cars, they sell monthly affordability. And monthly affordability hides long-term stress. When you divide a big number into 60 smaller numbers, your brain relaxes. $30,000 sounds heavy. $540 sounds manageable. But your nervous system doesn't calculate total cost. It calculates immediate survivability. Can I afford this month? If the answer is yes, you sign. When you finance a $30,000 car for 5 years, you are not just buying transportation. You are locking in 60 mandatory payments, higher insurance, reduced savings flexibility, increased dependency on your job. For 5 years. You just reduced your room to breathe, and you did it voluntarily. The car might look normal in the parking lot, but financially it's a fixed obligation chain. The $30,000 car rule is simple. If your car payment limits your ability to save, invest, or leave a bad job, the car owns you, not the other way around. In the next part, we're going to break down the real math, not dealership math, real math. We'll calculate what that $540 per month actually costs you over time and what it quietly steals from your 30s.
Let's do the math Jason never did. $540 per month, 60 months. That's $32,400 in payments. Add the $3,000 down payment. Now we're at $35,400. Add higher insurance. Let's say $100 more per month than a cheaper car. That's another $6,000 over 5 years. Now the real cost is over $41,000 for a car that was priced at $30,000. And in 5 years, it might be worth $12,000, maybe less. So Jason didn't just spend $30,000. He committed over $40,000 for something that steadily loses value. Now here's the part nobody connects. What if instead of a $540 payment, he drove a reliable $8,000 used car and invested $400 per month? Let's keep it conservative. $400 per month invested at 7% annually. After 5 years, roughly $28,000. After 10 years, about $69,000. After 20 years, around $200,000. That's not extreme investing. That's basic long-term compounding. The real cost of the $30,000 car wasn't $40,000. It was potentially 6 figures in future flexibility.
But here's the important part. This is not about shaming people who finance cars. It's about understanding what the payment represents. A car payment reduces optionality. Optionality is your ability to change jobs without fear, handle emergencies calmly, invest when markets fall, say no to things you don't want. When your fixed expenses are high, your risk tolerance drops. You become dependent, and dependency creates stress. That's the 5-year stress contract. So why do intelligent, rational adults sign it? Because cars aren't logical purchases. They're emotional identity purchases. A car says, I'm progressing, I'm stable, I've made it, I'm not falling behind. In the US and much of Europe, driving an older car feels like social regression, even if financially it's progression. This is status psychology. We compare sideways, not upward. We don't compare ourselves to billionaires. We compare ourselves to coworkers, neighbors, former classmates. And when they upgrade, we feel pressure to match. Not because we're irresponsible, because we're human.
Imagine two 28-year-olds, same salary. One locks in $600 per month for 5 years. The other keeps fixed costs low and invests the difference. By 40, their lives look different. Not because one worked harder, not because one got lucky, but because one prioritized flexibility over status. Here's the calm truth. Most people don't have an income problem. They have a fixed cost problem. And the car payment is often the biggest silent one. If your car disappeared tomorrow and your stress dropped, that tells you something. You don't need to drive something embarrassing. You don't need to live extremely. But you do need clarity, because 5 years passes quickly, and financial decisions made casually compound seriously. If this helped you see car payments differently, subscribe for more calm, analytical conversations about money.